Okay, good afternoon, everyone. Thank you for coming in our BISA online weekly. So, as you know, now is the early March 2023. We already left 2023 around 3 months. It's very fast, the timing. And one of the topic for today is the opportunity in the Indonesia fast food. So we are glad today, this afternoon, we have Timothy Santika will share about this opportunity. So you can ask your friend, if you still have friends who wants to join to our BISA online this week. And on behalf of the BISA, so because our team now very tightened, because one of my team in Jakarta in the event in international franchise business from tomorrow until 12 March. But we are still have a lot of spirit to share about the Indonesia fast food opportunity. So now I invite Timothy. Timothy, you can hear me?
Hi, Pak Steph. Yeah, I can hear you just fine.
So now we can start the event, and Timothy can share about this presentation. After that, if you have any question, we can have a discussion later on. So Timothy, the floor is you.
Oh, okay, Ken, thank you. So Pak Steph, we'll do the presentation in English, yeah?
Yeah, English also. If the participant can ask in Bahasa, also we can answer in Bahasa later on. But the presentation in English.
Sure. Yeah. Let me share my screen for a while. Okay. Can you guys see my screen?
Yes.
Can see? Okay. Yeah. So yeah, good afternoon, everyone. Yeah, thank you so much for sparing some time this afternoon in your busy work day to hear my presentation, my business idea on IndoPoint. The name is not confirmed yet, but yeah, it is an Indonesian fast food chain business idea. So before we move on to too much about the business, let me introduce myself a little bit first. So my name is Timothy. I have a background in food tech. Actually, I'm running a food tech startup currently for about 3 years. And also my family back in Indonesia, they ran a couple of restaurants. They're currently running. So like my aunt, my cousin, yeah, they are opening restaurants in Jakarta as well as in some other province in Indonesia. So I have plenty of business development and marketing background as well. But while running the food tech startup in Singapore, I came across a pretty interesting observation, actually. And what is that observation? The observation is this. There is actually a huge gap between the demand and supply for Indonesian food in Singapore. So there are a lot in Singapore. There are a lot of Indonesian, roughly about 300,000, with another 200,000 Indonesians are second generations and third generations. And the demand for the Indonesian food, right, is actually quite huge, but the supply is yeah, there are a couple of good Indonesian restaurants in Singapore, like maybe like Tok Tok or Bara. But there are still some gap that we can still fulfill. Like the most popular Indonesian food, like let's say soto Betawi or even rawon, they are not here. Nasi uduk, they are not available here in Singapore. So I have this idea to target Indonesian who lives overseas. I mean, Singapore, even in Singapore, they are so close to Indonesia, right? There are a lot of people who craves. Imagine those Indonesian who lives further away from Indonesia. And these are just some of the list of countries with most Indonesian population in their country. So what is the value proposition that we are proposing? We plan to have an authentic Indonesian food that are available. And also, we want to be an ambitious fast food chain restaurant. We'll touch more about the ambitious part a little later. So how's the concept looks like, right? So the concept, we will not be like the common restaurants where we will depend a lot on the chef, but we'll be a little bit more like a fast food model. So think about it like Panda Express. Any of you here know about Panda Express? Panda Express is a fast food chain in USA. They are very big in USA, and they cook Chinese food. So the idea was creating a similar template like the successful fast food chain like Panda Express, but instead of giving Chinese food, providing Chinese food, we'll provide Indonesian food instead. So just to give an illustration, right? Let's say you go, okay, maybe some of you are not familiar with Panda Express, but I believe you guys are familiar with Subway, right? So Subway, when you queue, you'll be given a choice of the bread, right? After you choose the bread, then you will choose the meat and the veg. The concept will be similar. So we'll choose the carbs. It can be nasi putih, nasi kuning, nasi goreng, nasi uduk. And then you'll choose whether you want a 3-dish or a 2-dish meal. Okay. And then it will be a queuing process. It's quite similar to nasi padang or chai fan, but we will make it in a fast food way. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Next. Okay. Can we actually win? Can we actually make it be successful in this model? I believe we can. These are some secret sauce, the unfair advantage that we have. Okay. I will not discuss everything, but I want to discuss on this part, the operational efficiency. That means we are not going to be dependent on the chef. So if you imagine, right, something like KFC or McDonald's, I believe each branch of KFC and McDonald's, they don't really have like the main chef. They'll have food handlers who can actually prepare the food once they are being given an SOP. This is because we want each branch to have the same standard of food, same taste. So let's say you go to our branch in Paya Lebar, you eat the soto Betawi there, it will still be the same if you go to our Orchard branch to when you order soto Betawi. It will taste the same. That's that's one of our key value that we are trying to push on. Okay, and also food handlers are much more affordable in terms of salary as compared to the chef, right? So I can give you a bad example of a restaurant chain that depends on the chef, right? Actually, it's an Indonesian restaurant also, but we will not. I will not mention the name. So this Indonesian restaurant opened in Somerset, and I ate one of their dish. But when I ordered their dish in the other branch, the Paya Lebar one, it's not as good as the one in Somerset. So yeah, to me, it reflects a lot on the branding and the professionality of the restaurant chain. And needless to say, the Paya Lebar chain is the Paya Lebar branch is currently no longer operating. Yeah. So yeah, that is the idea. So what is the target, right? So in 2023, this year, we plan to choose our first branch at Paya Lebar area. Okay, and maybe end of this year, we'll open another branch in Orchard. Okay, so we already have all the calculations. So if any of you are interested to know more about us, about how you can join us, you can talk to Pak Steph or contact me straight. We can, yeah, grab a coffee and chat a bit more on how you guys can join. So what are we looking for right now? We are looking for partner and or investor as well. Okay. And also for those of you who are serious and want to really get involved, right, with us, yeah, I invite you to taste the food yourself. It's for free, but yeah, if you guys are serious about it, you can I'll invite you to taste the food, the Indonesian food. And yeah, you can judge it for yourself whether it is worth building a business on. Okay. Yep, actually, yeah, that's about it for my presentation. We are not talking about numbers right now, because this is just really brief introduction and giving you guys an idea of what we are trying to build right now. Okay. Yeah, feel free to ask any questions.
Okay, Timothy, just question, yeah.
Sure.
As you know now, many people open restaurant in overseas, like Singapore, but most of them cannot lasting until more than 3 years usually. If they lasting more than 3 years, they still can survive. But when the pandemic coming last time, this many restaurant or fast food, Indonesia fast food, Indonesia restaurant, they closed down. So in this presentation, I think this can be alternative, and how this startup or this idea can encounter the uncertain situation, similar like, you know, like the taste is not the same, the rental just now. What is the different, significant difference if we using real chef or we using the system like this?
That's a good question. So okay, actually this is talking a little bit in depth about the the secret sauce that we have. Yeah, basically, I will not go too deep. But those of you who want to know more, yeah, we can talk face to face. But in terms of operational efficiency, right? Basically, we are going to prepare the sauce or the food in a one central place. Okay, and then in the morning or yeah, in the day before, we will then deliver to each of the branch who need it. Yeah, this will prevent this will lower the variant of each of the branch, the taste of each branch. And also we'll have to write a really exhaustive SOP for food handlers to be able to prepare the soup, or let's say to prepare the food, right? Just like Yakun. Yakun, right? If you go and eat their boiled soft boiled egg, you go to every Yakun, right? Their soft boiled egg is always the same.
Yeah.
The size is the same, the texture is the same. It's like, yeah, the SOP, there'll be training for the food handlers, and also, yeah, we'll prepare the SOP. Like, yeah, you don't, yeah, some of the, basically it won't be like hawkers where you just okay, I'll put the salt like this much and this much, but we'll really measure each of the, yeah, sauce and everything, the preparation. Yeah, this is, I believe this is the key where we can win lah. Yeah.
Okay, Timothy, they have one people wants to allow to talk. They are will allow to talk Ibu Renu from Holland.
Oh
Hi,
wow,
Ibu
from
Renu.
Holland.
This
Okay.
one my
One of
fellow
our
Indonesian diaspora executive board based in
yeah.
Holland. She also has a restaurant in
Oh
Holland.
wow,
So
great,
Ibu
great,
Renu,
great.
Yes.
you can introduce yourself and you can ask question because
Okay, thank
you
you.
in this food business also.
Yes.
Thank you very
yes.
much, Pak Stefanus. Salam 24 jam.
Hi,
Hello
Bu
from
Renu.
Holland. My name is Renu Lubis. I'm the coordinator of culinary working group culinary of IDN Global. So I'm excited to hear about your plan actually.
Oh wow,
Because
thank you.
I think Indonesia needs the first franchise model. I think in the world, I think it's time about. I think it's about time now. But I see a lot of things. What you do. Okay. First, my name is Renu Lubis. I have a takeaway and delivery shop actually in Holland for almost 25 years. We just opened a new restaurant, like a bistronomic, but then Indonesian. So it's a total different concept from the others in Holland. Yeah, and I'm doing a lot of culinary stuff
Nice.
actually. So
Nice.
first thing about the support, I think you can get the support if you have a very good ID, and we can, I think Pak Steph can also link you and us to Benny, because Benny has a diaspora support for people that wants to have a loan of injective abroad. So that's the first one. And the other one is I like also, maybe we can link you with Bali brunch, because I see that the next up you want to do it in Singapore, and then that's okay. And then I see also the Netherlands. It's also one of those. So because there is
Yeah, one of our target, yeah.
yeah, one of the targets is the Netherlands, and I think what we want to do right now from the Netherlands is to make Holland, the Netherlands, a hub for culinary, because we have like 400 restaurants takeaway in Indonesian restaurant and takeaway in the Netherlands. So I think this is the biggest community outside Indonesia. So that's it.
Wow.
We have it from the takeaway, from house, the livery, middle class, and now starting also a new kind of restaurants is the middle class and upper class is starting to pop up in the Netherlands. So that's very exciting. And there is also the new one is a close friends of mine is the Bali branch. They have like a 4 branch in Finland and just opened the first one in Holland in Amsterdam. November last year. So I think maybe you can talk also to Bungali about that, what you want to do, and we can also link you that if you want to do that. So I think what you need to think about more is the taste. It's really about the taste because I think even in Holland we have like the Indisch taste. That's the Dutch Colonies taste, and it's different than the Indonesia. And what you have to do is to make it like what you said, that in Singapore has the same taste as in Holland or wherever you're gonna do. And I think that's not an easy target, but also if you want to do it with our support from the diaspora, you have also to rangkul to the diaspora in instead of, because there's a lot of investors coming to Holland. I'm not gonna say any names, but they say, I want to make a franchise, and you if you put, I don't know, 50,000 euro of 100K, then you can have our branch. But that's not going to work, right? Because you need us to develop your market. So I think what you have to think, it's both way. What can we do for you, and what can you do for us? So if there is a good connection, a good vibe between the two of us, or between the diaspora and the investor or whoever that wants to do it, I think that will be a success, because it's more, sometimes I said it is like entrepreneurship, but Steph know it also, it's also a social entrepreneurship, right, Steph? So it's for, if you want to wrangle diaspora, then you have to go it both ways. Because if you just say, okay, this is a concept and I want to do this, it's not going to work. So just remember that in the future, that if you want to do that, then there is also something behind that.
Understand.
And if you want to talk, if you want to WhatsApp me, Pak Stefan says my number, so we just can brainstorm whatever you want to do. So I gladly will help you with that. So that's all.
Thank you so much.
Bu Renu is very knowledgeable. No problem, Pato. Timothy, I can connect you with the Bu Renu. And also just highlight one of the support for Indonesian living abroad, like Timothy. In Indonesia now, they have some banks. One of them is the State Bank. I didn't mention the name first. They can support for you if you have this business. They can support, give a soft loan, not only in Indonesia, but also Singapore also a lot. Private investor also a lot in Singapore. So thank you, Bu Renu. We can link up later on.
Yes.
Yes, please. For sure.
And if you have any other question, you can WhatsApp. You can take in the Zoom. Or you can also raise hand if you want, because we are very open for this one. The food business is still, even though we are in the pandemic, the food business still survive, because we cannot travel, but the food still can travel.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah.
Even I remember Bu Renu last year, Bu Renu visit Singapore. I bring Bu Renu to several restaurants in Singapore, and especially go to Lucky Plaza, Paya Lebar, and something like that. It's quite interesting.
Very interesting.
Okay, Timothy, you have any video or something you can show?
No video, actually. Video I don't have. But yeah, I for those of you who are in Singapore, right, and want to want to try the food, feel free to let Pak Steph know. Pak Steph also can come and eat.
Yes, of course. I mean,
Yeah, I already invited some of my friends, and yeah, they
yeah,
they
this one,
actually soft commit to put in some as well.
Timothy can put the number in the Zoom. So for those who are keen about this one, you want to meet up personally with me or with Timothy, feel free to contact us. So basically, for today is the sharing regarding the opportunity for the fast food industry, especially for Indonesian fast food.
Yeah.
And anyone wants to ask, maybe
Yeah.
I have a guest from Australia also, my relative. Yeah. Thank you. My relative, Chen and King Lock, yeah, my relative from Australia. Thank you for coming. and the other from our fellow Singapore, maybe Stephen or Vincent, if you want to ask, feel free to ask. Or any other wants to ask?
Actually, I want to ask question
Yeah, you
to
can ask
Burenu.
question.
Sure, sure.
To Ibu Renu.
Yeah, to Burenu, because Burenu, I just want to know, right, because this is one of the things that I'm still quite unsure of. Maybe you can give me a little bit of advice for the Indonesian, let's say the Indonesian restaurants that you have in Netherlands, right? Do you so-called localize the taste to cater for the Dutch people, or you really target specifically Indonesian? Like,
No, I
yeah.
think, yeah. Right now is authentic. Oh, yeah. I hate the word authentic actually, because authentic for you is not really authentic for me, right? Your home cooking is different than my home cooking. So, but I think now is Indonesian taste is booming, because there's a lot of Indonesian restaurant here are they make it like less spicy or whatever, but now it's booming, like Bali Brunch, our restaurants, and also the first Padang restaurant in the Netherlands, Warung Lape, is very spicy and very Indonesian taste. So I think what they want to do is to have that Indonesian experience and how it is made, and because I think outside Indonesia we have in the Netherlands we have everything from even kluwek, even pete, even jenkel. We have that, so that is also a very convenient for all. It's not cheap. That's also because you have to think also that Indonesian is not cheap, because until now in the Netherlands they think that Indonesian is in the same level as Chinese or whatever. It take away very cheap, very big portion, but it's not like that. If you do it the right way, you can ask also a higher price. So that's also why you want to put yourself in with this takeaway or fast food. If you want to be an up fast food, that's fine, because Indonesian is different than the other fast food. Pizza is a lot cheaper. McDonald's is a lot cheaper. So that's and we don't have a Chinese fast food chain here. So I think if you want to do it, then I think it's good. But you have to also to think about the branding, what you want to do. Because the branding is the most important thing. The story behind it is now very important. It's not only because now the bigger the thing is over. You have to do it solely the storytelling, who you are, what you want to do, and I think that's also like the branding. I think that's also important, that you want to do it because you want to, I don't know, the taste of Indonesia or whatever, but you have to put that in your branding. I think
I understand. So correct me if I'm wrong. So the Indonesian restaurants that you have in Netherlands, they are actually more like targeting upper middle class of the population. Is that correct?
Now it is. Now
Okay.
it is, but I
Like a
think
bistro.
I think until the COVID it's the
Okay. Got
the
it. Got it.
under the upper under the middle actually, but I think a lot of Indonesian restaurants survive
Wow.
takeaway in the COVID. Like we are booming in the COVID because with delivery it was so you can delivery and it was crazy. It was so booming that we can, and I signed for the new restaurant during COVID, so that was a bit stupid or maybe a bit but we survive and we are opening, and I think also like Bali Brunch also signed during
Wow.
the COVID, and Warung Lape the new one, and I think if you do one, and there is also now a new one like I think no, not Punama, it's opening also a fine dining. I don't know what fine dining the concept they want to do, because fine dining if you want to open a fine dining restaurant, you need a lot of people to work with you in the kitchen, and that's now a bit the problem, I think, everywhere after COVID, right? So looking for good people is very
Yes.
difficult. So that also you have
Yes.
to remind yourself: do you want to do that, and or do you want to go a bit lower, or the concept what you have that you want central kitchen and then you go to everywhere, and that is also possible, I think.
Sounds good. Sounds good. Thank you, Bu Renu.
Anything else? Yeah, welcome.
Any other questions from other participants? Oh, someone else raised hands. TC.
TC, okay, I will allow TC to talk. Yeah, TC, you can talk direct. TC, yeah, I already give you as a you can allow to talk. TC, you can just unmute.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, can hear. TC.
Okay, sorry about that.
No worries.
Just wondering, you mentioned that you can try your food. Do you have any existing store or stall in Singapore where you can go?
No,
to?
right now, no. Yeah. So if you want to try, we'll arrange some date then.
Okay, I'll probably
come
email to
over.
your attention.
Sure.
Okay, and just wondering, how good is your food compared to the best in Lucky Plaza? I'm a
This
regular
one,
at Lucky Plaza.
Oh, which restaurant do you go to?
House of Minang.
House of Minang.
At
that's
one time they were very good, but I
that's
think they moved to
Padang food, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
So because we are not actually selling Padang food, we are not trying to compete with the Padang food. It's another type of food that are popular in Indonesia, but not available yet in Singapore.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
So the taste might be new to you if you but I would say it's quite good lah. Maybe I'm subjective also. I'm biased.
Okay, I'll probably come with my Indonesian friend.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Sure.
thank you.
Yeah. Sure. Thanks, TC.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, TC, for this one. Maybe before we wait, since we're still waiting some other question, so I will share one of the highlight about the Singapore and Indonesia Business Forum. We just recently have an event last year, and this year will be a lot of event regarding Indonesia and Singapore. And one of the particular business is the how to bring Indonesia food product to overseas, like in Singapore. I just show to you this one. So if you have any question, you can ask question after this infotainment.
What do you think that government leaders could do to accelerate the transition to a greener economy? And I've asked, what can you do specifically in your governments in Indonesia and Singapore? And also, what could you do together?
The most important things for the energy transition is to obtain the just and affordable energy transitions. And during the discussion in Davos, one of the most issues every country is their own energy security. One of the priorities for the G20 outcomes will be on the energy transition, in which the energy transition it has to be just, affordable, as well as it has the component of energy security in each country. So how to balance between just, affordables and energy securities, it will becoming the challenge. And in order to bridge the gap between the transition of energy price and affordable price for the people, of course, the component of financing will becoming a key.
Just focus on the green economy pillar. So with the green economy pillar, we have 3 prongs. The first prong is, how do we help our key industries, for instance, like the energy and chemical sector, to decarbonize? So to that end, we put in place policies, we put in place initiatives to encourage industries to pursue energy efficient initiatives. The second prong approach that we have adopted is we will also grow new sectors. We will help businesses and workers to seize opportunities in the green economy. Third, engagement.
Okay, the highlight of this event, the highlight of the Indonesia-Singapore relationship actually how to create a new sector and new idea, and to embrace the society can grow again after the pandemic. So Indonesia fast food business opportunity is one of the alternative. Like if you want to do business in Singapore, you can consider to this opportunity. Any of you wants to ask something? Oh, Ibu Rina ya. Okay, Ibu Rina.
Ibu Rina.
Silakan. You can ask, Ibu Rina. Okay, Ibu Rina, we already give you. You can talk. You just unmute your Ibu Rina.
Okay.
Okay, Ken. Yeah, please.
Oh.
Ya, silakan Bu Rina.
Hai Bu Rina.
Hi.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you. Good afternoon.
Mm.
I'm Rina from Kadin, Batam.
Mm.
Sorry, I'm like you main golf in Bangkok.
Wow. Playing golf in Bangkok.
Iya. Oke, apa
Salam
aja
buat,
mau kita bahas?
Salam buat Pak Jadi dari saya Stefanus. Salam buat Pak Jadi. Kadin
Oke,
Batam.
salam kembali. Siap.
Oke, silakan Bu kalau ada pertanyaan.
Tadi tentang produk, tentang masalah food ya, tentang makanan ya.
Betul.
Itu seperti kayak UMKM atau bergerak di bidang restoran atau bagaimana? Mohon penjelasan.
Oke, mungkin Timothy bisa explain highlight sedikit.
Jadi model kita lebih kayak ke fast food sih, Bu Rina. Oh, wait.
Oke.
Ya. Bahasa Indo aja kali ya.
Oh, Indo aja nggak apa-apa.
Oke.
Oke, campuran nggak apa-apa.
English Indo nggak apa-apa.
Ya, oke. So, jadi kita modelnya fast food. Fast food.
Oke.
Jadi kayak model misalnya Panda Express nih, Bu Rina. Tahu Panda Express nggak? Kalau Panda Express kan makanannya Chinese. Nah, kita mau bikin mirip kayak Panda Express, fast food chain, tapi makanannya makanan Indo.
Oh, oke, luar biasa.
Iya,
Untuk
iya
di
sih.
Singapura atau mau buka cabang untuk di Batam?
Oh, justru kita targetnya itu overseas Indonesian ya. Jadi untuk sekarang kita targetnya Singapura dulu. Habis itu kita akan buka di negara-negara lain, misalnya Malaysia, Belanda yang banyak orang Indonya gitu. Untuk masuk Indonesia sendiri mungkin kita malah nggak ke arah sana sih ya. Karena nanti kita kalah sih. Kita pasti kalah sama yang udah ada di sana
masakan
gitu.
seafood yang ada di
Makanan
Indonesia
asli yang
sendiri.
ada di Indo, pasti mereka menang. Jadi kita mau cater ke overseas Indonesia. Kayak Panda Express nggak mungkin Panda Express buka di Cina gitu. Mati dia nanti.
Boleh.
Iya.
Ya,
That's the
nanti dari
idea.
Batam kan dekat ke Singapura. From Batam very near go to Singapore. We can have a coffee time, Bu. Undang aja kita ke Batam, kita mampir.
Siap.
Main golf di Batam.
Oke, ready. Oke, Batam, surganya golf.
Iya, betul.
Ya, kita mau ada turnamen golf internasional ya, champion ketiga yang ada di Batam nanti.
Oke,
bulan
nanti
Mei.
kirim ke saya ini. You have my WhatsApp, right? Pak Jadi also have. You just send to me. To me, we will invite Indonesian or Singapore company who wants to play golf in Batam. So after you have Icip fast foodnya Timothy, we can go to Batam to play golf.
Oke. Yang lainnya mana ya? Join ya?
Ini udah ada ini kita ini we select some participant. Because this one webinar, Bu, webinar konsepnya. Jadi nanti di allow untuk ngomong kalau webinar. Oke, any other just now Ibu Lulu, Macili just now resigned but now don't have. Okay, maybe as a closing statement, Timothy, because almost one hour.
Oke, ya boleh. Yeah, just to reiterate what I've been saying, right? Should I share screen or just? Okay. Yeah.
Share screen.
So the idea is to create a Indonesian fast food chain in targeting overseas Indonesian. Okay, overseas Indonesian. Our key strengths will be the operational efficiency. Once our branches, right? These two branches that we try to open are successful, we will then create a franchise model to be able to scale ourselves much quicker, both in Singapore and other countries. So basically, we are trying to be like Kopi Kenangan lah. We're trying to be like Kopi Kenangan. But we'll be spreading Indonesian food worldwide. Yeah. That's about it. And yeah, we are looking for partners and investors. Yeah. Of course, I'll invite any of you who wants to know more about the food to contact me or Pak Steph to have a taste of the food that we are planning to sell. Yep, that's about it.
Thank you, Timothy, for very good sharing. Because we need Indonesian in overseas to have an initiative to promoting, like Ibu Renu already mentioned. She already have some restaurant in Holland. So hopefully in not only Holland, in Finland, our diaspora, in US, in Hong Kong, some of the Indonesian diaspora, they have a restaurant in Hong Kong. Hopefully, in many countries, Indonesian living abroad can contribute to the economy and the society in the country itself and also in the community they are living. So for BISA Online today we are very glad because our sharing today is the one of the objective is looking for investor and looking for partner. So for those of you interested, just contact me or contact Timothy and we can meet up anytime in Singapore. Okay, see you to the next BISA Online.
Thank you so much, guys, for your
Salam
time.
diaspora
Thank
semuanya.
you.
Yes.
Bye.
Thank you for your
Bye-bye.
time, guys.
Thank you. Bye bye.
Bye.
Thank you.